I'm Carrie Waters. I'm CEO and co-founder of Calliope, and we are building a whole house connected device that tells homeowners how and where they're using water, gives them alerts when they have leaks or other wasted water, and lets them remotely shut off their water when that happens. This is the Nerve Center. Yeah, this is where we're doing all our design for our next generation. So this device right here is our current generation hardware. So we've got this installed on a dozen houses, including mine. We're measuring water flow and sending it via Wi-Fi to our backend, where we're using software, machine learning software, to disaggregate that water use into its category components. And so this is a prototype of our next generation version that we're working on here, where we're adding a shutoff valve to allow you to remotely shut off your water when we've detected leaks or other wasted water. And we're also experimenting with some alternate methods of power generation using the water flow so that this whole thing can be self-powered. This is my house today. We're doing automatic categorization, so I can kind of drill in. You can see in the morning, showers and morning activities happening. We detect the water use throughout the day and categorize it here in the UI. With the current generation of our software, we're getting, in most homes, 90% or better of the volume of water that goes through their house. We're classifying our systems. Actually, a toilet's pretty easy to discern. Once you've seen it once, it uses a constant volume to refill. It refills fairly quickly at a high flow rate. And so those are pretty easy to detect. What's difficult are like washing machines. Modern washing machines, you form these very complex water flow patterns where there are sort of pulses of water at the beginning of the cycle to figure out the soil level of the clothing, followed by repeated rinse cycles that can vary in length. They're pretty smart and pretty efficient on water, so we've had to get more sophisticated in detecting those. The internet industry has reached a stage of maturity where now you're starting to see more innovative products that are getting built on top of the infrastructure that exists. And now that we're enabling devices to kind of speak directly to the internet and processing the data that comes from those sensors in the physical world, that's opening up this whole new range of possibilities. It used to be, when I first started, that you couldn't get a technology startup funded in a place like Santa Cruz. But now, because of improvements in video conferencing and all these other things, that you're starting to see that loosen up a bit. And I think it's also a reflection, like we were talking about, of the internet industry itself reaching a new point of maturity. And because it's a mature industry, it's possible for lots of different types of people, right-brained people, creative people, to start creating technology, and those people are everywhere. And so we're starting to see more interesting products that reflect more of the spirit and the vibe of the places that they come from. I'm, of course, partial to Santa Cruz technology. That's my home. That's where I'm from. Technology entrepreneurship is relatively new, but there's been entrepreneurship there for a long time. People make surfboards and skateboards, and there's a lot of bicycling technology. I think it's really exciting that there's starting to be an ecosystem of those people that can support each other, which is raising the whole thing up. And then from there, what's really important to me is that we grow this company and we solve a real problem for homeowners. Like we're technically in the smart home space, right? And so I keep saying, by bringing this technology into your house should be smarter than the dumb house that preceded it. And so I hope that the people who buy our products find that managing this really necessary part of their everyday life is easier than it was before, and that it's a little bit fun and it takes some of the mystery and the fear out of it, and that we're able to build a great sustainable company. I'm so fortunate because I get to have this company in this place that I love living in, where I love to live and work, and I have my family there, and I can ride my bike the half a mile from my house to the office. And if I could, build a sustainable company there where a group of us can work on something really really important and build careers doing that, that would be to me the ultimate success. I really feel like the job of an early stage startup CEO is like half cult leader and half carnival barker. Like that's sort of, so you sort of have to recruit all these willing victims to come in and work on this crazy idea against long odds, and so you end up with this group of pirates on your little pirate ship, and they're the most wonderful people. And so there is this, and it's very much like that. There's this feeling of mutual support and mutual dependence, and it is much more like a family than any kind of corporate job. And I'm most grateful that we have this really incredible group of people that have all agreed to do this, because it takes every one of us to maybe pull it off.